Yeah, no, Mum's a champion. Obviously, we grew up on the farm with 3 boys. I usually say 4 because the old man's a big kid, so she's a very caring person and does whatever she can to help others.
I learned from a young age that no matter how fast I ran to get away from her when I'd done something wrong, she could always catch me. And if she didn't, it was only because she didn't want to. So, but yeah, I figured sometimes she's like, oh, you can sprint off and I can have a break. Now being a parent, that makes sense.
Mum raised 6 boys, which wasn't an easy task, I can imagine, growing up, particularly at times. Mum did everything for us when we were growing up, you know, ran us to so many sporting events, and I've got so much to thank my mum for.
People say I'm very close to my mum and I'm taken after her and we're very similar, and I'd say they're correct because she's a beautiful woman. She followed me around actually. She was the canteen lady at our primary school for 7 years, and she fed me basically breakfast, lunch and dinner, which I mean most kids are expected to get throughout their childhood, but she was actually there for all 3 meals throughout the day, and she actually fired me when I was 14 or 15 because I didn't rock up to work one Sunday morning, so she fired me. So she was the first person to fire me in the industry, but she's got me wanting more. Maybe it was a tactic.
It's hard to say she's the best mum in the world about my mum and my wife because, you know, you can't really favour it either. So they are equally the best mums in the world. I think my mum taught me to reverse park when I was on my L's. Yeah, it's a real dad thing to do, but no, that was mum.
Mum, she's done it pretty tough, so I've learned a lot from her in terms of my character. To be honest, she used to tell me I was never going to make it because of how lazy I was, so it drove me to not be as lazy. I could get away with it. She was working 3 jobs when I was a kid, so I could just miss school, I could miss footy training. Her being stern and not taking the foot off the pedal definitely helped.
Mum's awesome. Obviously she's been such a big support for me and we have such a funny relationship. Probably get my competitive side from her. Whenever we go back home, there's always these Connect 4 championships that we have, and nearly goes to throwing fists at the end and then we won't speak to each other for a couple of days. So, but no, I love her, she's the best.
I mean, everyone loves their mum and there's good reason for it too. I mean, the amount of care and what they do for you growing up is truly enormous, and what she still does for us today. So I love my mum, appreciate everything she's done.
Yeah, just say happy Mother's Day, Mum, love you, and thanks for everything you've done for us.